What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video, I'll attempt to draw the most realistic and scariest CatNap from Poppy Playtime. For today's lesson, I'll need some white paper and a pencil. I'll start off with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Let's start by adding some guidelines in the center of our page. We're going to start at the very top in the middle. Just going to lightly work our way down by drawing a straight line with these short lines, all the way down towards the bottom. Now let's go back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now I find the easiest way to draw characters to start with the basic shapes first to capture the proportions before we get into the details. Now I want to use these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page. So from that center point, let's move up to the top. Just going to mark off the top of our circle right about there. And then we'll measure this distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Let's repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center over toward the left and then the right. Now we're going to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So let's start with the top left. And this circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to use this as a guide. So we just want to capture the right size and placement in the center of our page. We can always go back and just smooth this out. Now with our circle and guidelines in place, let's start blocking out the main facial features. Let's start by adding a gap in between the eyes. So from that center line, we're going to move over towards the left to right about here. Draw a straight line going up. Let's measure this distance over towards the right. Now from this point, we're just going to angle the eye going up and then out towards the side of our circle. Now I want to tuck the eyes in underneath the brow. So from the top left, let's step down and draw a half circle coming all the way around towards the bottom. Now let's just pull that in towards the inside of the brow and do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to place the nose in the center. So start with that straight line going across the middle, coming down and in towards the center. Almost like an upside down triangle. From the tip of the nose, let's angle the mouth coming down and out on either side. And we'll stretch the mouth going up and then out. Just touching the side of our circle, we'll extend that out towards the side. From the end of the mouth, we're just going to curve the head going up and then in towards the side of the head. Now the bottom half of our circle is going to be the inside edge of the mouth. So let's start back on the left side, underneath the cheek. We're just going to bend the head coming down and then in towards the middle. Now in the center, let's draw a circle for that medallion, going all the way around. And we're going to draw another circle, but we're going to go all the way over towards the right side, come in towards the center. Let's go underneath the cheeks. We're going to angle the body, coming down and out on either side. Let's go back to the side of the head and draw in the ears. We're going to go out and then bend that up towards the tip. Let's draw the top of the ear. We're going to come in and then down. And we're going to add a fold. From the inside of the ear, bend this in around the eye and then down towards the outside of the nose. Now we want to place the iris and pupil in the center of the eye. So from the inside, let's step out, sketch a small circle, draw the same size on the right. Now that we have the basic shape of the head, let's go back and erase some of these guidelines. Now with our rough sketch in place, we're going to use this as a guide to help us layer on some more detail and refine the shapes. Now I'd like to start with the brow. So we're going to start from the inside of the eye. Just going to go across and just add these folds. Just layering this up towards the top of the eye. And then bending that out. Let's draw the outside of the eye. Again, just adding a few little wrinkles and folds. Coming down towards the bottom. Another fold inside the brow, in the center, and then dropping up the outside of the iris. Let's add the pupil in the center, and just roughly shade that in. Now going back and just adding some more detail to the nose. inside edge of the mouth, I'm going to add some more folds going out. Work our way along the side. I just want to curl the mouth coming down the side, and we'll just work our way down towards the bottom of the mouth. We can add a little bit more shape, just pulling this in towards the bottom of the lip, and then down. We'll just round up the center of the mouth. Now from here, it's going to add 2 large fangs on either side. And then we'll layer some smaller teeth in the middle, in between. Just going up and towards the center. And we'll add more fangs along the outside. Just these smaller ones going out. Draw the inside edge of the mouth on the side. Going down toward the lip. Now we're going to add the bottom gum line going across. And then we'll layer the teeth on top. I'm just going to add some fur across the cheeks. Just bending this down, adding these little points on the outside. Just bending the fur coming down to give it a bit of weight. And pulling that in towards the chin. And I can add a little bit more fur along the outside of the brow and the top of the head. And then with the ears, I'm going to add a little bit more shape to the bottom edge and a couple little tears and cuts going out. And we'll add the fold inside all the way around. Let's go back and clean up our drawing one final time before we add in some more detail and contrast. Now I'm going to switch my pencil to a darker lead, so this is a 0.9mm. Starting back at the brow, it's going to darken up the edges. Also adding some thick and thin lines, so adding some thickness across the bottom edge, just to give it a little bit of weight across the shadows, and just tapering out towards a point. I'm going to move to the outside and add the fur. So we're going to start from the tips and just brush this up and in towards the head. So we got some darker fur along the outside. And just taper that in. And we'll do the same thing on the right. I'm just working our way down the side of the body and darkening up the fur along the side and just pulling that in. So we get a little bit of a highlight of fur along the inside. Now with that medallion, I'm just going to wrap that string around the outside perimeter. Now we're going to go back in and start darkening up the inside of the eyes, going around the pupils. Go in and darken up the inside of the mouth, going around each individual tooth. So I want to start on the left side and work our way across. Let's add a medium shade to the inside of the mouth, going down towards the lip. I'm just going to fade this out across the middle to add a little bit of a highlight. I'll also darken up the gums. Now here we can move to the side edge of our pencil. I'm using the 2mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Just going to darken up the inside and then fade that out. So the darkest shadow areas along the inside of the ear. Go back and just darken up the nose. And we're also going to add some metallic reflection inside that medallion. So coming down towards a highlight, coming down in an angle. head's going to cast a bit of a shadow down the body, so I'll darken this up along the top, and then just fade that down. Now, as we get closer to the end of our drawing, I'm just going to wrap this up with a little bit more shadow and detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a realistic and scary illustration of CatNap from Poppy Playtime. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.